If you are looking for a bucket list experience when visiting Niagara Falls, you have got to do the zipline to the falls. Whether you're 7 or 97, an experienced thrill seeker, or someone who has never done anything like this before, you will love this fantastic experience with WildPlay. Although there are many places that you can zipline, there is something about ziplining along the thunderous Niagara Falls. We had a blast doing this, and even V's sister, who is scared of heights, had a great time. Before we get into our adventure, we first need to go over some logistics and important info. The first thing that is very important to know is, where is the zipline to the falls? This zipline is operated by WildPlay Element Parks on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. It is located on Niagara River Parkway within the Grandview Marketplace at the bottom of Clifton Hill. Please note that the zipline's hours change depending on the season. You can check out their website for more updated info. The next thing that's important to know is where you're going to be parking your car. The closest parking area to the zipline is at Niagara Falls Parking Lot A. The vast majority of the parking in the area is paid, and unfortunately there aren't any free parking options nearby. Even though Niagara Falls Parking Lot A is the closest option, it is still a scenic 1 mile-ish or 1.6 kilometer walk to the zipline. Next up is the prices and how to book your tickets. The packages start at $49.99 Canadian per person. You can either reserve your ticket online in advance or purchase it in person. Next, you may be wondering how long the experience takes. From door to door, your experience could take anywhere from 15 minutes to a couple of hours, depending on how busy it is. However, if you don't want to wait too long, WildPlay offers a skip the line package for $99.99 Canadian per person. You can't always go on less busy days, like weekdays, off-season, or as soon as WildPlay Zipline opens. To make your experience even faster, don't forget to purchase your ticket and fill out your waiver in advance. If you're new to ziplining, you may be wondering, is it difficult? Out of all of our ziplining adventures, this one is really easy. Even V's sister, who is terribly afraid of heights, was okay with this. The harness that you will be using works like a swinging chair, and it's actually very comfortable. Next up is, what are the restrictions? All zipliners must be at least 7 years old, and they need to be under 275 pounds or 124 kilograms. And last but not least, we have what should you wear and what should you bring. Closed-toed shoes are mandatory on the ziplines, and you should wear clothing appropriate for the weather. It can get pretty cold up there. Please note that there aren't any lockers, but there is a nice little pouch for your belongings built into your harness. Action cameras such as GoPros are allowed, but with specific straps. Helmet, chest, wrist, and grips are also allowed as long as the pole does not extend. Now that we have all of that covered, it's time to make our way over from the parking lot to the zipline. One of the benefits of this walkover is it takes you past all of the viewpoints for the falls. So if you're just rolling into town like we were, this will give you a chance to stop at obviously the main attraction in the area. We also spotted this neat little tower that reminded us of the CN Tower. If you haven't seen our video about the Edge Walk, you can click in the upper corner to see that one. And here we are arriving at the zipline. I will tell you, nothing gets your heart pumping quite like watching some other people go first. If you're planning on purchasing the tickets day of, you can do it at this building here that is located directly behind the tower. But if you already have your tickets and waivers filled out, you'll be starting at this smaller portable building. This is where you'll be getting all of your gear before heading up the tower. We had picked a pretty awesome day because when we got to the top of the tower, there were just a couple of people ahead of us. Before we knew it, we were getting strapped into our harnesses, which are extremely comfortable. And I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want one for hanging around at the house. We were definitely impressed when V's sister and Marvin actually offered to go first. I think she was a little bit on the nervous side and she kind of wanted to get it over with. With a pull of a string, they were off. Even though they have 4 lines, at the moment they only had 2 running, and it's too bad because I would have loved to have seen V's sister's face. Next up, it was our turn, and I'll admit, there is a tiny bit of a rush that happens when the door opens. I asked them to let V go just a tiny bit before me so she could be in all of my shots, but I didn't expect her to take off like a rocket. This is a pretty impressive zip line. It's about 2,200 feet long and takes about 45 seconds to get from one end to the other. And the whole time you'll have an absolutely top-notch view of the falls. If you really want a unique experience, they also have nighttime ziplining experiences where you'll go past the falls when they're lit up. We didn't do that one this time, but you better believe we would if we visited during a warmer month. Oh, I'm catching up! I'm catching up! Yee-hoo! At the end of the zipline, there are some mighty impressive breaks, so expect to come to a stop pretty quickly. From here, they will be collecting your harnesses before giving you one last great look at Horseshoe Falls. The little pathway will then take you to a room where you can purchase photos and videos of your zipline if you would like to. And the last nice little feature that they have is a shuttle, so you don't even have to walk your way back up to the top of the hill. And with that, our video about the zipline to the falls is coming to a close. Be sure to stay tuned because over the next couple of weeks, we will be taking on more adventures in the Niagara Falls area. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because that really helps out the channel. If you have adventures that you would like to see in future videos, please be sure to let us know in the comments below. And for all the information about the zipline to the falls, as well as other awesome Canada adventures, head on over to 𝐿𝑖𝐍𝐿𝑖𝐻𝑒𝐿𝑖𝐿𝑖𝐻𝑒𝐿𝑖𝐻𝑒𝐂𝐃.com.